Hello and welcome to my little corner of YouTube. My name is Miriam and I talk about all kinds of quilting and sewing related things here on YouTube. So if you've been recommended my video, that means that you're into the same things that I'm into. A lot of the videos that I do are very tutorial based. I like to teach different cute quilt blocks to make. Free motion quilting is something I'm very passionate about and I really love to teach that. And I just really enjoy teaching, but sometimes I kind of get a little overwhelmed with everything that's going on. And when that happens, I like to give myself at least part of a day to just do something creative, maybe a little outside of my comfort zone with normal fabrics that I would work with, or materials that I would make, or techniques that I would use. I'd kind of like to do that today. I've got a lot of projects to work on from now till Christmas time, pretty much. So I thought it would be fun to take, just a day and make something very different from what I usually make. So today I'm going to attempt to make a stained glass looking quilt project. Probably just a small either wall hanging, or what I thought would be really cool is I could hang it in my window and it would catch the light like stained glass, but it'll be fabric. I made patchwork, very simple patchwork curtains for my bedroom. If you don't know, my sewing space is in my bedroom. So my sewing space is in this corner and my bed is in that corner. And it's a pretty small room. It's maybe 10 by 10. It's very small. Anywho, I have one window and I made these beautiful patchwork curtains. I did a video on that if you would like to check that out. I'll link that in the description box below so you can watch that after this one. Those curtains, it's just the patchwork quilt top, and just a backing fabric. They hang in front of the window, and when the sun is shining, my window kind of glows and it's really beautiful. And I've always been really fascinated with stained glass. I love seeing different stained glass. I've been at craft shows before where I've seen stained glass makers, and I just think it's such a gorgeous craft. And I don't have the things to make an actual stained glass thing. I don't have the knowledge to do it, but I do have a lot of fabric. And I can kind of do my little twist on it, right? This is not a tutorial, okay? If you want to follow along with me and do it with me, I would love for you to try it. But I haven't done any of this before, so it's going to be kind of a learning experience. You'll get to kind of see me probably stumble a little bit, brainstorm, figure out stuff, switch gears, all that sort of thing. So I hope you join me for this video. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We could sew together. You could be working on something else. I'll be working on something and it'll just be fun. I don't know how long the video will be. I just thought this would be a really fun video to make and a very fun project to work on. So the fabrics that I'm going to be working with are these gorgeous batik fabrics. Again, I don't work with batik fabrics normally, but Riley Blake Design sent me a bunch of these gorgeous batik fabrics to work with on a project. And I just love these. They're so pretty. For me, I think a lot of times batik fabrics are a little intimidating because they're just different, because it's more of kind of like a tie-dye look, and they're not as uniform as regular quilting cotton. So I think a lot of times I'm intimidated by it, but for this project, I'm just gonna have so much fun. So I picked out a bunch of the colors in this line. This is from their Color Play Mottled line, and they are gorgeous. I highly recommend. I mean, look at this one fabric. Look at all of the beautiful colors. It's so pretty. I just love this. What I am thinking is I want to try to make a butterfly. I love butterflies. I think they're beautiful. They kind of stand for transformation. They're just, they're just so beautiful, you know, and I think these colors that I have will really translate really well into a butterfly. So basically, my thought process, what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to use the fabrics as the butterfly, and I want to have it look stained glassy. I'm going to have like a foundation piece of fabric. Then I'm going to applique the beautiful fabrics in a butterfly design that I'm going to attempt to draw. I'm not a drawer, but I think I could draw a good looking butterfly. We'll see. We'll see if I'm able to do that. And then to get the stained glass look that I'm wanting to go for, I'm going to use something to kind of mimic the soldering that goes between the different pieces of glass. So to do that, I bought a couple of things to try because I'm not sure what's going to work. So I got this really pretty kind of velvety ribbon. I just got this at Hobby Lobby. It was a little pack and it was like $4 for this. Let me open this really quick too, because I actually haven't even opened it. I don't know if it's stretchy or not. We're just going for it. So I would just lay that down and stitch it. And I'm hoping that this, I mean, there's not much stretch, so I don't know if I'll be able to do any curves with this. Yeah, I'm not sure if that will work. I might be able to use this for something else, but this has like no stretch to it. So I'm not sure if that'll work. I'll play with it. I'll figure out what I'm doing. But as a backup, I'm glad that I grabbed this now. I got some just bias tape. And I found this really, really thin bias tape. Oh yeah. And obviously that has a really nice stretch to it. So I'm going to use that. It's just black. I don't know if it's gonna, just black 1/4 inch bias tape, I do believe. And that will kind of be the soldering. So I will stitch that down between the different colors. That will really help the colors pop, I think. And in my head, it looks cool, okay? So I'm really hoping it does. This is basically just to play around with, okay? So I'm gonna stop yapping about it and actually do it, right? So I have 2 pieces of just printer paper. I taped them together. So it's a 15 by 11 inch piece of paper. I am going to attempt to draw a butterfly. So let's try to do that, okay?
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live.
Okay, so I'm going to be doing some voiceovers in this video. You guys can let me know if you like them or not. I'm just trying out a different style of video. But here you can see I got the outline of the butterfly figured out, and now I'm just kind of trying to figure out the pieces that I want to do. Spoiler alert, I don't actually go with the design that I'm drawing, so... But, you know, you live and you learn and you kind of figure out what you want to do as you go along. And that's kind of the fun of this type of project. So, but it was fun attempting to draw. I haven't tried to draw something in quite a long time. So this was a fun exercise, even if I don't end up using this butterfly. So anyways, here I'm just outlining the outline of the butterfly with my marker, and that helps when you want to trace your piece onto the heat and bond. So you can see the dark marks through the heat and bond really well, and that's important for when you want to trace something onto the heat and bond. So that's about it from me for now. There will be more voiceovers later on in the video, but I'm just wrapping this up here, and then in a few seconds I will show you the actual butterfly that I decided to use for this project. Okay, so I was doing some thinking during lunch, and am not completely sold on the butterfly that I had drawn. I think it's a little too busy and maybe too many small pieces for really what I was wanting to do. I kind of want something a bit more simple for my first attempt at this. So I'm going to set this aside for now. I might try it later, but I just went on, I went on Canva. I just went on and found a butterfly outline. So that's the outline in the dark black. And then with my pencil, I just added some little pieces. So I'm going to trace over those. Okay. So there is my butterfly. That looks a lot cleaner and nicer, I think. So that's what I'm going to go with. All right, and now I need to trace out my pieces onto my heat and bond. So I'm going to use heat and bond. It's what I have on hand, and it's what I've used for applique in the past.
This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon and the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a race. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day to me.
Me again. Here you can see I labeled the butterfly, so each piece has its own label so I can keep everything organized while I'm cutting everything out. And I got my pieces cut out, and now I'm selecting the fabrics for the different parts of the butterfly. And I apparently was super talkative this day when I was recording this, and I had several hours worth of footage, so that's why I'm doing a lot of like sped up stuff here, because my goodness, this video would be very, very long if I wasn't doing voiceovers and time lapses and stuff. So here you can just see me pressing the heat and bond onto the fabric, and well, look at there, I got them all done already. My battery on my camera died, so I missed some of that. But now we're laying out the pieces just to kind of see what it'll look like. I like to do that before I start pressing pieces down. But yeah, look at that. It looks like a butterfly. Pretty cool, huh? And when I'm pressing, I apply some pressure. I don't apply a lot, but then I like to use my little cutting board to press, and it applies some pressure, and it helps hold that heat on the fabric so the glue really gets stuck down well. I've had in the past, I have had issues with heat and bond not sticking super good. But yeah, it's just because I don't have the patience to hold the iron on as long as it needs to. But with that little board, that really helps a lot. So here I'm just finishing up putting the last pieces on. And my goodness, these fabrics are so perfect for a butterfly, don't you think? Oh, okay. So I had to switch to my phone because my camera kept dying. I had my batteries plugged in wrong in my battery charger, so all of my batteries for my regular camera are dead. So I am recording with my phone. Now I'm going to attempt to add this bias tape to my block. So I'm going to take it really nice and slow, going around the edges. I haven't worked with bias tape very much, so I'm not super experienced with it. I might want to switch out my thread. I hope this has been interesting. I like projects like this, and I like watching people play around and make cool stuff. So hopefully you found it at least a little interesting. If not, that's okay. Everybody's not gonna like every single video I make, but I'm just getting my black thread ready here real quick. I will say I've just recently started hand quilting, and I have been hand quilting with Airfil's 12 weight hand quilting thread. And that's really fun because it's quite a thick thread, and I really like kind of the look of the big stitch quilting. So I'm working on that right now on a quilt, and oh my goodness, it's so fun. So fun. All right, well, I'm just gonna jump right in and see what happens. See what I think. What do you think? I almost feel like the black is kind of taking away from like kind of the softness of the butterfly, if that makes sense. It's like almost too wide and too dark, I think. So yeah, I think I don't want the bias tape because it's just a little too harsh, because the butterfly itself looks like really, like I said, soft and cute and whimsical, and I feel like the black is kind of just too harsh. So I think what I'll do, because I do want to do some stitching on this, maybe I'll do some free motion. I'll kind of stitch down the edges, kind of like a raw edge applique type thing, just to hold the edges down since I used Heat and Bond Light. Maybe make a little quilt sandwich and do some free motion. Go from there. So I'm going to switch out my foot real quick because I am going to give the butterfly like black antennas. Oh, I actually really like that. Look at the little antennas. Oh, that's cute. So here you can see I've got a piece of batting, just scrap batting from another project that I'm using for my little quilt sandwich. And I'm not putting a backing on it because I'm going to put a back on it later. So I'm just putting in my pink thread here because I wanted to use pink thread for the quilting. And now I'm just going to do just a stitch all the way around all of the raw edges of the butterfly, and that'll just kind of hold those edges down just in case anything gets peeled up. But this is literally just going to be hanging on my wall, so I'm not super concerned about it coming apart or anything. But yeah, this is a really fun way to play around with free motion also by doing something like this. As you'll see later in the video, I try several different little free motion designs in each part of the wing just for fun. And it's so much fun doing this sort of thing. I don't know if you know a lot about art quilts, but art quilts are extremely fascinating to me, and I've been very interested in them since I went to my first quilt show about a year and a half ago, and they're just so cool. They're completely different from any quilt that you would really think to make, and it's literal art. It's very amazing that it's just fabric and thread what these people make, and I don't know if I would be able to do something like that, but it's something that I want to try, you know? So this is kind of me dipping my toes into that arena, I think. And so far, it's quite fun. So I have never tried pebble quilting before. I love the look of it, but I've never tried it. So I just went for it and I tried it on one of the parts of the wings, and look how cute that turned out. It's so pretty. And then I did kind of like a flowy line quilting on this top part of the wing. You can see it really good on the back. But see, isn't that cute? But there's the little pebbles. Definitely not perfect circles by any means, but it looks cool and it has a really cool texture. It's actually really surprising how stiff this feels, just from the quilting. But oh goodness, this is so much fun. If you have never done a project like this where you just kind of wing it, no pun intended with the butterfly wing, but if you just wing it, it's so fun and it just feels so free because you can do whatever you want to do. So I am just going to keep on quilting. I got to do pebbles on the other side so they match. So I'm going to do that really quick. So yeah, I'd really love to encourage you to try something like this. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing that I'm doing. It can be something that you've always wanted to try, but you've been a little nervous to try. Just go for it. It's so fun. Obviously, my finished piece, this doesn't look like stained glass. This is not turning out the way that I wanted it to, but it's still turning out into something beautiful that I really like. And you know, I'm proud of myself that I tried it, and I tried some new quilting designs that I've never tried, and it turned out really fun. And yeah, so I really, really want to encourage you to try something you've never tried before and just see what happens. Like I say all the time, what is the worst thing that could happen, right? The butterfly's quilting is done. So that's what it looks like on the back. I think that looks pretty cool. I think the back looks really cool too. I quite like it. Oh goodness. I love the colors of this thread. It's so pretty. Now I'm just quilting the background piece. I'm just doing kind of a organic wavy design to just kind of add a little more movement and interest to the piece. So I'm just doing that here real quick, and then we'll be almost done after that. So I hope you're enjoying this. I'm certainly having a good time.
Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today.
Alrighty. And there is our little quilt, our little butterfly art quilt. So now I just need to cut another square.
Not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to live.
just say, before anyone else says something, I am well aware that the butterfly is not centered in the square. I know. I want to fix it. Isn't that cute? Oh my word. I just love that. And I just kind of, you know, just whip that up. There's a little piece of fabric that's sticking out and bugging me. See? Cute. Okay, I gotta hang it on the wall. All right, see, there's my little, this is my happy place sign. So I'm gonna take that down, hang this up there instead, if I can reach. How cute is that? Oh my goodness, I love that so much. And it's just a little, nice little personal touch, a nice little wall hanging. Only took me a few hours to make. I'm a lot more proud of that than I was of the little wooden sign that I bought at Target or Walmart or wherever I got it. Well, thank you for joining me for this fun little project. I hope you had fun watching me make it. I'm very happy with it. I think it looks really cute. And now I want to make some more and maybe make a quilt with butterflies. We'll see. Maybe next year when I have a little bit more time. Right now I have got a lot of projects to work on. Anyways, just thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like. Leave any comments if you have any. If you want to critique me on anything, go ahead. But please be nice. Please be nice. And please consider subscribing to my channel. I do all kinds of tutorials. We do a lot of free motion here. We do a lot of cute quilt blocks, and I do free quilt patterns every once in a while, and it's a good time here. So just thank you again for watching to the end of this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will talk to you very soon. All right,